Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff. This is Hailee.
Hello.
This is Jordi.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks for being here at the festival, and thanks for being here this afternoon. Well, the title's right there, but I wanted to have this conversation. I'm excited to talk to you guys because when you hear a celebrity and something related to booze, as someone who covers marketing and advertising, it's like, okay, all right, here we go, another one. But we see reports of young people drinking less. There's a lot of celebrity brands. But the premixed cocktail category is the fastest growing spirits category in the United States. It is about 2.8 billion and up 26% year over year. And then below that, tequila is the second fastest growing in the US. And it's, I think, valued at 6.5 billion and up about 8%.
Yep.
So there's a lot going right here. And the idea that then you combine that with Hailee, you as obviously a well-known artist, but you with, I would say, just shy of 21 million Instagram followers. You have a great newsletter called Bow Society. You connect with an audience on a pretty constant, consistent, and deep level than just holding up a can of Angel Margarita. So I'm really happy you're here to talk about just the how and the why behind this brand and how you plan to fit into this broader dynamic. So that's where I'll start. When and how did you guys meet? How did this start? Hailee, I'll let you lead off.
Wow, yeah. My God.
It's a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. It's also, just a side note, so exciting to be here with this. This feels like a milestone for us just to be here and in this space and talking about our brand that we've been building for
over 4 years.
Yeah, over 4 years.
4 plus.
And I guess I'll start with, I've been fortunate enough to partner with some incredible brands throughout my career. And if there's anything I've learned, it's that there is so much importance in only aligning with things that feel truly authentic to me. Okay. I launched 2 brands this year, Angel Margarita and my newsletter, Bow Society. And before that, I helped found Privé Revaux, which was an eyewear brand that was acquired. And, well, we're here to talk about Angel today.
Yeah.
I mention those because those are 2 things that have given me the chance to build something that I actually wanted in my own life and then to share with the world. And I'm so lucky and so grateful to have partners that understand that there really is something so special that comes with creating from that place of purpose. And we all feel the same way. We understand that and understand the importance of that. And with Angel, it was all about creating something that felt real, that felt authentic, that felt like it could enter your life in a very special moment and represent something meaningful. And this is a space that is, to your point, highly competitive. There's a lot going on in it. And I was super excited and intrigued and motivated to get my foot in the store and figure out how we could set ourselves apart and how we could compete, how we could get in there and create a product that is of the highest quality. And we are doing just that.
Nice. Well, Jordi, from your perspective, you're the CEO. You have your career in beverages and spirit industry with Premium Beers Group.
Correct.
From your perspective, we go back, rewind 4 years. How did this start? First start?
It actually started with a great idea from Hailee and a great recipe from Hailee, which is super interesting. We were not thinking about making a margarita for the US, and we met, and Hailee gives us her story about how she developed this margarita, perfect margarita. And then you start thinking, what do you do with this? How can we make it happen and go to the industry and be able to have that same quality, but in a ready-to-drink can, distributed everywhere. So that's pretty much the way it started. And then, the magic starts. You have the flavor, you have the recipe, and now you need a name. Round table, you seat everybody, everybody starts throwing names, nobody likes them. Then you go to the experts.
Right, sure.
And then you go to the experts, and I guess that's why there are marketing companies out there. And it took a few months just to get the Angel brand as the brand we were going to use. And there are several reasons for that. You know, Angel, pronounced and spelled the same way in English as Spanish. One of the most iconic landmarks in Mexico is the Angel of the Independence. So then you relate to Mexico. And I think we have a winner. And of course, we started our distribution in California, in Los Angeles, Angel, again. So
Keeping it consistent.
That's why you hire marketing people.
Well, you guys launched, I should have said this at the start, you guys launched in February with 4 flavors. You've got lime, grapefruit paloma, ranch water, and wild berry. How has the response been so far? Because it's still just a few months.
So, yeah, for exciting flavors, let me begin by saying that we developed like 10 different flavors, and then you do focus groups. And that's how, at the end of the day, again, you hire the experts. And at the end of the day, we came out with these 4 flavors. I think they're all different, which they complement each other, very important. Of course, you have to have the lime margarita, the original recipe, and perhaps the most important flavor. In the margarita category, lime is number 1, of course. Our number 2 is grapefruit paloma, my favorite, by the way.
That's a great drink.
I love it. And it's also an important flavor in the category. Then we have ranch water. For those that have not heard what ranch water is, it's like a light version of the lime.
Right.
So tequila soda, you have the tequila, 100%, and we'll talk about that in a second, of course. And then you have soda water, a hint of lime, and a hint of salt. Very refreshing. And the last flavor is super interesting. So you have the seltzers category, which are like the ones that they don't use a real spirit. They just use
like White Claw, all the hard seltzers,
the big guys. And then you have the premium cocktails, which is where we are, right? But in the seltzers category, the best-selling flavor, it's berries. So I believe we have the first wild berry margarita on the planet, period. And the response has been spectacular. It's just so different than the rest.
Nice. Well, separately, a few weeks ago, I was doing a story on a Therabody ad campaign, actually, and I talked to Josh, Alan, Hailee's husband, and I asked him, I was like, okay, I'm talking to Hailee in a few weeks. What should I ask her about this brand, the process? What do you think she'd be excited to talk about? What was she most excited about? Like and he said, definitely ask her about the taste testing process. Let's go back to your original recipe here for a second. And what made you think that this should be everywhere, first of all? And then second of all, whittling down to these 4 flavors, what was your thinking here?
Right, so I guess going back to that original recipe, it started when I had just moved into my new house, and I had a corner of the house was a bar, and it kind of needed to be redone, and I thought, ooh, I've been having a lot of fun kind of making this house feel like a home and feel like me, and the bar was like the sort of last thing that I needed and wanted to kind of perfect. I did that. My mom helped me. She's an interior designer. It was perfect. It looked beautiful. But then I was like, I can't have a great bar and not be able to be behind it and make a house cocktail and have everybody that comes here come here for that drink. So the go-to was a margarita because I felt I could nail a classic margarita, and with a lot of trial and a lot of error, Angel Margarita was born, and I now have the perfect cocktail that I could pour over ice. And after everybody loves it and enjoys it, I tell them it came from the can. But the taste testing process was so much fun, and there obviously were many of them and versions of them. One of my favorite memories was all of us around that round table as a team. I mean, we're talking mid-afternoon during the week, and we are all having a time, really enjoying the process for what it is, but really difficult. No, I wasn't expecting it to be, and when it comes down to narrowing things down and
when you're down to 6 as opposed to you only have 4 to go with.
But really just leaning into what felt simple and clean and fresh and refreshing. We actually, Josh and I took a trip with some of our friends right before the launch, and I had some with me, and we did sort of a taste testing process for our friends, and that was really fun.
A focus group of your own.
Exactly. But Josh had already had them, so it was kind of like the two of us were on the other side of the table testing everybody and gathering their favorites. And I feel like my go-to is the lime, but it changes. And it's fun to see with people how sometimes they're drawn to one over another, and it could change. And it's fun. They each kind of have their own feel and represent a different mood, if you will.
Yeah. Well, the idea, like I said at the top, like for those on the outside, celebrities and brands, and even whittling it down to booze brands and celebrity, or some sort of spirits, alcohol-related celebrity, and then even tequila. I was oh my God, there's tequila associated with different people. There's like George Clooney and Casamigos, Eva Longoria, Kendall Jenner, Kevin Hart, LeBron James. But these are like tequilas. What I thought was really smart here is like this is actually a different, from just a pure product point of view, this is a totally different proposition in terms of a canned pre-mixed cocktail and how you guys are pitching it. But on that level of competitiveness, Jordi, you guys have, like, in terms of the product itself, how is it most different? I mean, we talked before this, and the amount of times that Jordi said to me, 100% tequila, this is actually not normal. This is not as normal as you think. Maybe tell these guys about that and what those actual differences are, because yes. I had no idea.
Yeah, super important, and I think most of the people don't realize what the differences are. So tequila is regulated by the Tequila Commission on how you use the word and the product. So let me give you an example. You walk into a store and you see the shelves, and you see all of the product, and you see a can that says Margarita only. If it doesn't say tequila, it doesn't have tequila. Some say flavored, tequila flavored, doesn't have tequila. Then you see the next one and you see margarita and you see with tequila. So the commission says you can mention with tequila if you have 25% tequila and the rest is just the other stuff. Sugar, cane alcohol, whatever. Right. Then the third one is you see margarita and only the word tequila. That means around 50% tequila and the other 50%, again, the other stuff. For the commission to let you use the 100% tequila or 100% blue agave tequila, it means that the only spirit you use in your drink, it's tequila, made in the tequila region, canned in the tequila region. People don't realize, people say, tequila, it has tequila, yes, yeah, perfect margarita, but it's not 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think there are more than a couple of products in the market like us that have 100% tequila. But if you see the offering in the marketplace, it's just ridiculous. It's just too much. You have to be different. You have to have quality. You have to have a great product, great taste, of course.
Yeah.
And great marketing, distribution, anything else that you need. But you have to begin with the product. And that's what we're doing here.
Talked a little bit about the product development and certainly the competitive set, but just in thinking about, and the naming and the can design and the label, what part of this process so far has been the most challenging, and were there any because 4 years is a long time to be working on something. Any curveballs? What were the biggest hurdles, and kind of whether it's from a product point of view or just how are we going to differentiate ourselves in the market, or educate, speaking of the 100% tequila thing, educate folks on our differentiation in the first place. Or Hailee, well, how am I going to, how engaged are you in all the marketing and everything? What were some of the challenges in bringing this to life?
I would say everything has been challenging.
Right.
But if I had to pick something, I mean, at the end of the day, if you work with a great team, you can develop the right flavors, the right formulas, the right product, the right image, the right name. What's super important, and it's not as easy, is to build the right team. And I think we've done that. We've partnered with the largest tequila distillery in the world, and they've installed inside the distillery the canning facility, which no other distillery has. And that's super important, not only for quality control, but also to get the denomination of origin. You have to make the product, produce within the distillery, pack it, and ship it from the distillery directly to the distributor. The containers are sealed. So the distillery, super important partner. Then partnering in the US to get the right distribution. We've partnered with Geloso Beverage Group, one of the leading beverage groups in the United States for distribution. So they import the product and they go through the distribution network there is. And there are 300-400 distributors in the US. So you have to partner with a company like Geloso to be able to have access to all of those distributors.
Okay.
And they have to have access to the good distributors, to the big ones. In California, we launched with Reyes Distribution. It's the largest low alcoholic beverage distributor in the state. And we'll give you some news on where we're going and the other distributors perhaps at the end of the chat. But I would say the team. We have our PR firm, IFP from New York. We love them. We have a creative agency out of Los Angeles, Step Studios. Again, top notch. They do things for Budweiser, for Ford, for Red Bull, for just a big company. We love them as well. So having this team together, I would say it's the most challenging thing of all.
From your perspective, Hailee, like how, there's the launch video, which like, to your point about how kind of this started of the vibes at home, it's like you hanging out with friends, and that's the sort of the vibe you guys were getting across for the brand. How do you think about, and a quick peruse of Angel Margarita's Instagram, you're not in every post, but you're you're definitely there. And how do you think about your level of involvement? Was that a challenge, or just like balancing between, obviously acting and all your other pursuits and this new venture? How has that been?
Yeah, I would say a challenge, sure, just in wanting to find the perfect balance, but I think we have found that in just what feels true to me.
Okay.
I mean, if you go on my Instagram, there's quite a few months that go in between some of those posts, so to suddenly be in every post on the Angel Instagram might not make perfect sense, but to be in there when it feels right, and when it feels true and authentic. That's authentic is one word that we've absolutely overused. However, it is that's sort of our key word and our barometer for everything. If it doesn't feel authentic, then it's not right. It's not us. And so even with as far as the marketing goes, it's fun. I mean, I'm so excited to be as involved in this as I am, and finding the balance of what that means and how we show that. I talk about it a ton in my newsletter, and I'm able to talk about it in a way that it's a part of a two-way conversation. It doesn't feel like a post or a link or an ad or something that's being forced in any way. But yeah, I mean, I can agree with what Jordi's saying as far as like building the team. That's the most important thing, and that is a challenge. But once you have it, and you at least can face the challenges together as that team and take on anything that comes. But one thing that came to mind too is I feel like when you are on a roll, you have your launch date, you've got everything, you've got the packaging, you've got the name, you've got the branding, you feel like you've gotten the brand identity and personality, and then something sort of enters the chat that sort of serves as a setback, feeling like you had it. And there were moments throughout this process where we had it, we were good, we were on our way, everything was moving full steam ahead, and things would come up where we would have to pivot, and I don't know, that lessons of patience and keeping that passion, that spark and that fire alive every step of the way, even during those moments of feeling like it's a setback or any hurdle or delay really served us, a moment to refine and perfect. And I think everything that's happened in the last, again, over 4 years has been for a reason. And if it didn't happen, we wouldn't be here. So yeah, going back to that, just everything happening for a reason. Timing is a real thing. Trusting in the timing that everything will work out and come together. As long as you keep the passion and you build a passionate team, then great things will come.
Nice. When we talk about celebrity-backed or associated brands, it's funny where that's kind of gone. There was reports last week that, there might be a Mr. Beast mobile company, and, I think Wiz Khalifa has a mushroom cultivating brand. It's like they're all over the map, right. Let alone fashion, beauty, and alcohol. I'm curious if you have any favorite, whether they're celebrity-backed brands or people who you think strike that balance of their sort of artistic career and their business particularly well. Whether you talk to them or not, but you're like, oh, they seem to be hitting that pretty right. Any that you admire or serve as sort of inspiration when you were getting more involved in business that you thought, they had that mix?
Wow. Yeah. I'm thinking of the people you mentioned early on, just with tequila. Sure. Tequila brands, and having done quite a bit of research there and on those people specifically. Yeah. I think the key to their success is it feeling true, and of course right. Having a great product, but it feeling like them, it feeling real, and them having that direct line of communication with the people that they're selling that product to. Yeah. To where it doesn't feel like you're being sold a product. You're a part of a moment with them, and that's such a huge goal for us is for this to feel like our values, community, family, are felt through this brand and through this product. It's handcrafted, and we want this to enter your lives and feel a part of a moment that is crafted.
And it goes back to what you're saying about authenticity. Like, absolutely. I don't think some of the ones who are doing it well are the ones that are like, they're communicating on behalf of the brands in a way that's consistent with how they communicate with their audiences right. on social, like you were saying right. about yourself. Yeah.
I also think there's a people can tell when things aren't when there is a lack of passion,
right?
And the people that you mentioned, and I'm thinking in the tequila space, but there are fashion brands, beauty brands that those people use it and love it and understand what's in it, and when you can trust them, you can trust that the product is good. So I think it's also about building that trust, building that community, and going from there.
Yeah, and building the passion. Mm. I think every member of our team goes to bed thinking Angel and wakes up thinking Angel. Mm. And that's hard to find, but with the team, I think we've done it. Mm. And as simple as that's the way we are, passionate about it.
Is there any, since I knew we were going to be talking, I'm a Bow Society subscriber. I've been reading the newsletter, and it is, as a brand, you've kind of forged this real kind of connection with your audience, and you're straight from the start about the logic or the reasoning why you started to do just that. Is there anything about that back and forth, and you solicit communication with your audience through the newsletter as well? Is there anything, and I know both are new and around the same time, but is there anything from Bow Society that actually is helping how you think about how you're working with Angel, or at least talking about it and communicating that authenticity?
Absolutely. It's given me so much insight as to who I'm talking to, who's following me, and who is interested in what parts of me and my life and my career that I've been able to be far more specific in my communication with them. Mm-hmm. it came into my life at a time where I was feeling a little disconnected, and the industry was on strike. We weren't working. I felt like I was just creatively unfulfilled, didn't know what to do, and I would go on social media and just feel like a little overwhelmed, and then go off of it and go back on and feel like I still don't know what to do, but I was yearning for conversation. And so I am so grateful that we have this fast-growing community of people who are so open and so communicative, and it is a wonderful thing. People respond right to the email. I go through all the responses. It's so fun to highlight, our readers and their thoughts on previous issues and what they've got going on in their life as it pertains to whatever, subject we're talking about. But it's absolutely helped inform me, even just with our launch video. We got such an amazing response to that, feeling like people felt it was so attainable.
Okay.
And I thought that was so great because I love a night on the town. I love a night in, cooking with my friends, cocktail in hand, game night, and that's kind of what that launch video was. Yeah. And to see so many people feel like this is my ideal night, or this is how I would love to enjoy a margarita. It doesn't always have to be out on the town or going hard or any of that. Yeah. It can be as simple as you get your order in your favorite food, cook your favorite meal, have your favorite people around, and have a great night. But even getting detailed responses on that are further than just Instagram comments has been so informative. And also, of course, learning where our audience is and where we plan to expand to, and having that direct line and know that we can connect with them. That isn't just kind of in a space that you feel like you're talking into the abyss.
Yeah, it's just throwing it out, waiting for a response.
Yeah.
Now that it's launched and growing, how do you guys, what's the process of working together? Because you obviously have a whole career over here, obviously, and you guys are making the stuff down in Jalisco. Like, how often are you guys in touch? What's the process been?
Well, we have weekly conversations with the entire team.
Okay.
We're on top of things. We know since COVID, Zoom meetings became the thing. So we're on top of the entire team every week with our PR firm, with production, with the distillery, of course, with Hailee. Constant communication. Again, we're passionate about it. So we just don't let go, period.
It's a weekly thing. I am so grateful in moments where if I can't get to a call, I know that I have so much trust in this team, and I get the recaps. I'm on everything that I can be, and the team is so wonderful in rescheduling when necessary. But it is something that from the beginning, from the jump, I was so grateful to understand how Jordi and my partners wanted me to be involved, and to what extent. I don't take that for granted, and this is not, this is not about putting my name on something and letting them do the work and walking away from it. I take great pride, and this is a huge privilege to be this involved and to be in it with the team and be a part of it. This is something so special to me and so personal to me, and yeah, I mean, the emails and texts are flying back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine much like Bow Society, you talk about that as like at a specific time being a creative outlet. How is this? Is this just another part of a different kind of creative outlet?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's so exciting and fun to sort of draw parallels to writing a weekly newsletter or to being on set of a movie. But I guess they all have that common through line of you find yourself, and this is something I love so much about what I do, and this is kind of a rant that I'll try not to go on. Growing up, I played sports and I danced and I did things for no great length of time, not great enough to feel like I was on the team or a part of the team.
Okay.
I started homeschooling in middle school and what have you, so I feel like what I'm drawn to is projects where you feel like you are a part of a team, and even more than that, a family. And that's, I think, the common through line with everything that I've been lucky enough to be a part of, and feel like I'm not a part of it if it doesn't feel that way. And with Team Angel, we are a family, and we've built a great family, and we're all equally as excited and driven and motivated to make this the best it can possibly be. And so you feel that on our calls. I hope you feel it in the product, taste it in the product.
Yes.
But yeah, that's
Well, speaking of that, okay, so you launched and are available in retailers and direct-to-consumer in Southern California.
Right.
What's next? Where do we go from here?
well.
You want to break the
Funny
news?
you should ask. Come next month, we will be launching in New York. And we're starting in the western part of the state. We'll be making our way over in the...
Why are you
coming-
starting in the West? No, I'm just
It's a
kidding.
great question. No, listen, we obviously have been incredibly intentional about our rollout. And instead of going nationwide too quickly, we wanted to build that foundation, build that community, and we'll do that now in New York and
Yep.
see what happens.
Grow
Nice.
organically, which
right.
is super important. Be patient about it.
Yeah.
So New York, here we come.
Well, I look forward to what maybe do good, be good, God bless, drink Angel.
Hey, I like that. Go Bills, drink Angel.
Fair enough. Hailee, Jordi, thank you so much for your time. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.